Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to talk about the merge function in R. We're only going to do a little bit of stuff because this is a short video, but the merge function is very useful and it will help you combine data sets. What we're going to do today, honestly, is going to look a lot like doing joins in SQL, only we're doing it with the merge function in R. So let's get to it. I have made a couple of fictitious data frames. The code will be in the link in the video description. But let's just take a look at them, all right? We have data frame 1, which has 4 variables, creatively named var 1, 2, 3, and 4, that look like that. And we have data frame 2, which also has 4 variables, which don't have to be the same thing. But we will notice that they both have var 1 in them. Now, I don't know what you're going to be doing in real life, okay? But for starters, we're going to assume that we have 2 data sets that each have the same variable, at least one shared variable where we might want to combine them, using it as a key to mix them together and put them into one set. So we're going to do that with var 1 because they both have it. Now, for later, we're also going to combine these based on 2 variables because var 4 in data frame 1 and var 7 in data frame 1 look very similar. And I'm going to pretend that they're the same variable also. It's just maybe my different data frames had them named slightly differently. Okay, so there's my 2 data frames. And so we're going to start off with 4 single variable joins merges that are going to match like the 4 kinds of joins in SQL. So we'll do one like an inner join, one like a left join, one like a right join if you care, and one like an outer join. So let's meet the merge function. Let's see, let's create a data frame. We'll say merged data frame inner. Is going to be merge, and then you input 2 data frames, df1 and df2, and then you have to tell it what is the variable that is linking them, what is the key. And so I'm going to say by equals var1. All right, merge data frame inner. Hey, check that out. I've got var 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 all in one data frame. Now, if we go back and look at data frames 2 and 1, data frame 2's var 1s go from 2 to 6. Data frame 1's var 1 goes from 1 to 5. Their overlap is from 2 to 5. And then notice in this one, var 1 includes values from 2 to 5. Information where var 1 was equal to 1 in data frame 1 is all dropped. Information where var 1 was equal to 6 in data frame 2 is all dropped. We're only keeping stuff that they both had info for. That's an inner join. Now, if you want to do a left join, that is where all the information in the left data frame is kept, regardless of if anything matches it from the right. So in this case, our left data frame is df1. I'm going to expect to keep this var 1 equals 1 observation in here. So if we do a left, it's not going to drop that. How do we do that? Well, we just add a simple option. I copy pasted the code and I'm just adding all.x equals t for true. That means I'm keeping all the x stuff. Let's take a look. Hey, look, this one, you'll notice, has one more observation because we kept that 1. There's var 1 equals 1. And all the rest of the stuff. Now, because there was nothing matching var data frame 1 to data frame 2 for this, you'll notice that we have all the data frame 1 info, but then everything from data frame 2 is NA because there was nothing to match. But it's now in our data frame, which maybe that's helpful to us. I don't know. You'll figure it out. It depends on your project, but people do these things all the time. Now, if you want to do a right join, using your merge function in R, if you want to merge these two data sets, keeping everything from the right-hand side. By the way, these names are totally arbitrary. I could name them pizza and it would still work, right? Just making up names over here. But anyway, just change that to a Y. The Y data frame, the one on the right-hand side, we're keeping everything from that. So if I do that, remember the difference, data frame 2 had some var1 equals 6. And so let's see if this one does. Yay, look. For var1 equals 6, we have the data frame 2 info, which we already knew. And the data frame 1 info wasn't there because data frame 1 didn't have any observations that match. Okay, and also notice that var1 is missing. So we can choose the way this thing joins. Now, if you just want all of it and you want to just have everything there, don't specify X or Y, just say all. Now at this one, I've got the observations for data frame 1 that didn't match data frame 2. And I got the observations for data frame 2 that didn't match data frame 1, and everything in between is all matched. So here are how I can use that merge function to mush two data frames together, and I can do it with all the flexibility of a SQL join. Now, sometimes, a lot of the time, depends on your context, you're going to want to join by more than one variable. Like, in a real data set, I might not want to just merge by state. I might want to merge by state and year. Something like that. So in this cheesy scenario with my df1 and df2, I'm going to assume that var4 and var7 are compatible. I could have just named them both var4, would have been easier, but I also want us to practice what we do if the variable names are different, because we'll have to change the syntax of the join just a little bit, of the merge just a little bit. So let's do one more of these, all right? I guess I'll just call this the double merge, which is merge, there's a merge of df1 and df2, that part's the same. But now that the names in df1 are different than the names in df2, I have to change it. So I want var1 and var4 to be matched with var1 and var7. Okay, so the names are different. So I can't just do this simple by. I'm going to say by.x equals c of var1 and var4. Oops. And then I have to specify the names in the second one. By.y equals var1 and var7. I'm going to just leave this as being an inner join, but if I wanted to, I could make it be a left join or a right join or an outer join. I don't really care. Whatever SQL stuff you want to do. But let's look at our double merge now. You'll notice it's a lot smaller because now it's only keeping observations where both var1 and var47 match, instead of just where var1 matches. So this inner join is smaller than the inner join from just the one connection. But anyway, I think that should get you enough. This video is supposed to be short. So guys, I'm going to start making a lot of these R videos that just show little tricks and functions and whatever. Hope it's helpful. If not, too bad, but you'll find the info somewhere because you got this. Peace out. Happy coding.